Alright guys, Wuthering Waves is looking hype. Not too long away from the official release, so I just wanted to go through some things that I'm looking forward to about this game, and I'm sure lots of you would be interested in hearing. Now, one thing I gotta say about the devs for Wuthering Waves is that they are seriously generous with their rewards, and I'm hoping this will become the norm within gacha games in general going forward. On release, we will be greeted with the 7-day login event that will allow us to pick up Sanhua on the 5th day. Now, a free character is great, but Sanhua is going to be a really good 4-star DPS you are able to pick up for free. The nice aspect within Wuthering Waves is that the 4 stars are actually very good, and just as I said, are better than some 5 stars. Dungeon is another 4 star that can solo a lot of content because she's just that correct. Hopefully they don't nerf these 4 stars on release. But with the login event, you're getting some standard banner pulls, a strong DPS for free, and even some premium pulls. Going over another event now once you start the game would be the Awakening Journey, and this is something I'm really happy about. It will be a permanent event, so it doesn't really matter when you start this game. As you progress through the game and you level up your union level, which is just your account level essentially, you will hit some milestones and obtain some pretty nice rewards. When you hit level 35, you will obtain up to 40 standard banner pulls and a free 5-star weapon at level 45. Firstly, with the standard banner pulls, this is going to be huge since players will be able to target a specific 5-star they want from the standard banner, which is guaranteed within 50 pulls. With HonkaiStarRail, they were very generous to add the feature for a guaranteed random 5-star within 50 pulls on the beginner banner, but with Wuthering Waves, we are actually able to start the game with exactly who we want, which is still hard to believe. So this allows players to avoid the endless hours of re-rolling accounts to pull for the character they want. Seriously, been there and done that too many times than I would like. Not just going to gloss over the fact that we can pick up a free 5-star weapon at level 45. In majority of gacha games, picking up the weapon equivalent is always even more of a mission than picking up the 5-star character. So us getting a free 5-star weapon is also insane to me. I don't believe it is confirmed whether the 5-star weapon will be a selector or not, but the fact that we can select which 5-star character we want, I would be surprised if we wouldn't be able to pick which 5-star weapon we would want. So if the weapon is a selector, we would be able to pick up the 5-star weapon that is best in slot for the free 5-star we can pick up from the standard banner. It almost does feel like cheating at this point. Moving on to a very unique aspect in this game being echoes. Echoes would be the equivalent to relics or equipment that you can use on your characters. In majority of gacha games, you would farm these pieces in a domain kind of like mode that uses in-game stamina. Now in Wuthering Waves, echoes just drop from defeating enemies in your world. This applies to bosses and just normal enemies. So this means technically you could farm for hours and hours upon end. Now this is the part I'm looking forward to. Let's say you clear all of the enemies in your world, you can just head over to your friend's world and farm echoes with them. You can both defeat enemies and collect echoes together, so really you can just keep hopping from world to world to farm with other players. The multiplayer aspect now has a bit more incentive to actually team up with other players since you would be able to farm a ton more echoes, and with the two of you, you can clear through enemies a lot quicker. In games like Genshin, multiplayer was a bit underwhelming you could say since you wouldn't benefit as much when you could just farm stuff by yourself and a whole lot quicker. So it's nice to see that the devs have thought of a way to make multiplayer more meaningful. Echoes, as I said, is like equipment within this game since they provide stats for your characters. You know, the standard crit rate, attack percent, HP percent, etc. However, they also have another feature in which you can use specific abilities of the enemies you have defeated within combat. So you would be able to switch the echo out in the middle of a boss fight to attack the boss, and after a few seconds they would switch back out. So with echoes, they are a bit more than just equipment in this game and are really powerful in terms of value. You do have different rarity of echoes you are able to obtain, just like in majority of gachas being 3, 4 and 5-star rarity. So of course you would want 5-star echoes, so farming in other players' worlds is going to be clutch in trying to pick up those higher rarity echoes. Now diving into the most difficult content this game has to offer, gacha. When it comes to pulling for premium banner characters, you are guaranteed to pull a 5-star within 80 summons, and there is a 50-50 chance of pulling the banner character. If you are unlucky and you pull a standard banner 5-star, the next 5-star you pull would be the banner character. There is no real confirmation on whether or not there is a soft pity on premium banners, but I would expect that to be in the game. I would guess the soft pity to be roughly 15 pulls before the hard pity of 80 summons, so hopes are they do implement that, as going to 80 could be a bit rough. One of the first 5 stars to drop on release will be Yinlin, and I think it goes without saying we are all going in for her. Only because she is a really good DPS, nothing else. A special feature with 5-star characters is that you can buy duplicates from the shop using premium currency. So after saving enough premium currency, you are able to buy duplicates of the characters you have pulled. So rather than having to potentially spend 160 summons for a duplicate of a character you would really like, such as Yinlin, you can pick up a duplicate from the shop which unlocks extra abilities for the character. Now bear in mind, it's only duplicates you would be able to pick up and not the actual character, unfortunately. Would have been insane if you could just save up and pick up a broken character on release. Either way, picking up dupes for free technically is still a godsend. Going over the premium weapon banners now. I did say earlier that weapons in majority of gacha games are usually more of a pain to pick up than the actual characters, which honestly it shouldn't be the case, and thankfully Wuthering Waves is plugging us yet again. The weapon banner will guarantee the premium weapon within 80 summons, no 50-50 involved, and you get exactly what you are after. Genshin can never. The real core of this game does revolve around combat. I have already gone over the echoes that can be used in combat, but now what about the actual characters combat? Now, comparing the open world combat of this game to a game like Genshin, the enemies are a lot more challenging within Wuthering Waves. The bosses have attack patterns you will need to learn, parry, dodge and react to. If you go into battle thinking you would be able to clear it on the first try, you are in for a treat. I seriously am looking forward to the combat and battles within this game, since it'll make beating bosses feel a lot more rewarding. And it's something myself and I know a lot of players within the gacha game community have been after. I know I am referencing Genshin a lot, but it's hard not to when both are open world games. Genshin was a bit too easy once you hit a certain point where you had your characters built up. With Wuthering Waves, even if you are over leveled, you can still lose to a boss dealing only a few attacks to you. So it really does take some skill to clear the bosses. Also, the boss battles are accompanied by some really good OSTs which KuroGames is known for from their previous game Punching Grey Raven. So yeah, as I said, you would need to learn the attack patterns and parry bosses, which kind of gives Soulsborne game vibes, which is going to be really interesting to see within an anime open world RPG. Overall, I am really hyped for the game and will definitely try to cover what I can leading up to it and when the game drops. If you are interested in more Wuthering Waves content from myself, would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and drop a like. Also, drop a comment on what you are looking forward to the most within Wuthering Waves. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.